Hello, my name is Joe. I'm a Dota coach, and this is a replay analysis for an unranked Phantom Assassin player. I'm just going to look through your items. Your starting items look okay. It was against a Viper, I think, and a Legion Commander. Heavy Harass, so picking up Ring of Regen, some Tangos. The Fairy Fire is okay. You might go a little bit more stats, maybe some movement speed, but nothing stands out as wrong. You go for the Ring of Health first for extra regen. And then you get your Battle Fury at 11 minutes. Boots power treads by 15. So everything looks good. Eventually you sell off this Ring of Regen. It doesn't do a whole lot for you right now. But slot efficiency, I guess. You could pick up a wand, maybe. Desolator. Extra Blightstone. I don't remember if these two stack. And then you pick up your Basher. If we compare you to the AM, same thing. Battle Fury treads, wand, 15 minutes. And then he's got his Manta, you got your Deso, and then he gets Aegis. And that's the big issue, but from your replay, let me go back. A lot of this stems from your lack of map control. Like, you're pressuring and you're killing them with your team, but you're taking fights that don't accomplish anything. And right now you're not ready to take the tier 2. Maybe you can invade this jungle, but nobody on your team has a smoke, so you're walking blind up into this dark part of the map with only AM showing. You don't know where his team is. You got vision bottom, but I don't think this vision's going to do anything for you. Let me slow it down. But we go in, we take a fight, we kill a bunch of people. And so far, this is good. You're farming. If you're going to do anything, it's going to be a minute later when you have the catapult, because right now it's 14:39. He'll be respawned by 15 minutes, and then you don't have a catapult to take this tower. So whatever you're doing right now, maybe it's just to get vision up, and that's okay. Now, I would push this in and then take control of this area. Let's see where your wards are from your team. It's not a party queue. So, IO... got one ward but no sentries. You got 2 wards total but no sentries. Where are the sentries? You got 8 sentries left, and that's important for taking out their vision. I have Radiant Fog both teams. So right now there's no vision on their side of the map, except for the whatever this is, the outpost. But you should have some vision up here before you start doing anything, and this timing is a little bit early. So you just want to farm a little bit, maybe not try to go this aggressive, but the Shadow Fiend will be back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant. So we're walking up to pressure the tower with our team. AM's free farming.
Is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
And then you gotta fortify, that's fine. Now AM's pushing your tower. I wouldn't mind trading a tier 1 for a tier 2, but we still don't see anyone from the enemy team yet, and we don't have a catapult. Shadow Fiend is about to respawn. Now's the time to back off. Like, this is fine, you got the fortify out, but you hitting the tower right now with no creeps isn't doing anything.
Radiant's middle tower is
Force the healing salve, you're half HP, and then you almost die. And you said in your post, like, stuff that I wouldn't notice, but you stood there for 20... how long is Fortify? Like, 10 seconds? Something like that? Hitting the tower, taking tower shots. Clearly that's bad. And you didn't leave. And you didn't have any creeps there. Oh, yeah, power treads on health. That's fine. I don't know if you actually do tread switching. Yeah, okay, you tread switch. That's fine. And this fight is okay, you got a pick off. But we're half HP, the enemy team's reinforcing, you jump in, you die. So at this point, you just leave. There's an AM here. Maybe you go on him, maybe you don't. You're still half HP. All the enemy is right here. We don't want to fight. We got TPs out. This is your chance to go bottom. Free camera. So you got vision here, so you can see if anybody's coming, but this wave determines whether or not you actually have to leave. And if your team gets a bunch of TPs up top, now you're free to farm bottom because they're not able to TP and pressure over here. So it's going to be maybe 10, 15 seconds for them to walk. I can't draw, but to walk from the outpost jungle to the triangle to contest you so you can push the lane all the way up here. And then you can walk back and join with your team when you have more HP. But right now, you're not strong. You just got a Battle Fury. Battle Fury just lets you farm. Deso, maybe you can take a fight, but you don't have your Deso right now. So right now, this is not the time to fight. If your team wants to sit here and fight, that's okay. You got to pick off. AM's not farming because now he's top for some reason. I don't know. But right now, your chance to go bottom. If we look up here, you then decide, okay, I'm going to try and walk up this high ground because my teams are here. And your team's doing a good job. And you're kiting out to the outside of the fight. And you kill AM. You kill her. You still have Blur. And if you back up a little bit and then Blur, he can't hit you because he can't dust you. And he can't use sentry wards. The only thing that he can do to actually land a hit on you is to walk up and find you because it's proximity. It's only broken by proximity or if you go up to a tower. But he gets Yulesed or he gets Cycloned, that's your chance to Blur. Even though you managed to kill 4 heroes to 3, your team isn't pushing this tower right now. And this is why taking this fight was not important. Getting all 5 of them on one side of the map means they're splitting farm 5 ways, and now that's your chance to push this wave. And there's 2 creep waves not being pushed right now, and that's farm that you're not getting. And you should have a lot more farm with your Battle Fury because this allows you to hit more than 10 creeps per minute, and you're less than 10 creeps per minute. So I'd like to see you have 160 last hits more than I'd like to see this 5 and 7. Maybe if they rework the experience gain a little bit, where fighting is actually important, but right now, fighting early game is less important than fighting later because you get less experience and you get less gold in the early part of the game because it depends on enemy heroes' net worth, it depends on their kill streak, it depends on what their experience is. It's better and safer to push this side of the map and then rotate back to your team, farming all the camps right here, right here, right here. These camps aren't being farmed, and you're just splitting experience with your team, and you're pushing into the enemy and just hoping that a 5v5 works in your favor. But they have 2, 3 AoE spells, and you got 1. Maybe IO counts as 2. Maybe Wind Ranger counts as 3, but I don't think your Wind Ranger has Blink. No Blink, no Force Staff to set up a good shackle shot. So I'm thinking of these things as single target for most of your team, except for Invoker, and they have 1, 2, 3 AoE spells. So they have better team fight. You're pushing into them. They have a high ground advantage. They have vision advantage. And then you're just like, I'm going to walk up this high ground with no vision of them. And then you just kind of die. You got vision. And I don't know why you need to walk up here. But even though you won the fight technically for your team, you don't get anything off of it. So profit before you start making these big plays. And then you're pinging your... And then the creep waves up here. This is fine. Push, push, push. Enemies are still showing. Anti-mage TPs. Pressure the anti-mage. UTP. And cancel your TP. And now you don't have a TP. So this is dangerous. Even though they're dead. Without your TP, it doesn't take as many heroes to be able to kill you. So just an Oracle is enough to maybe kill you because he can just keep spamming you down. Anti-mage can chase you. Maybe you can kill him, but it's different. But you got creep waves pushed in. Your team is stuck bottom. If you're going to hit this tower, it's going to be the next time the enemies show, so you just chill out and wait. Speeding up. Going on anti-mage.
Middle tower is under
In order to kill anti-mage, you need to be able to lock him down for longer. And since he doesn't have manta, something like an orchid or some other form of silence, so you would need your invoker to be able to kill this anti-mage plus the spirit breaker. But I don't think you have the ability to kill him right now. You just pressure him off of farming, and that's okay. Enemies aren't showing. They all showed mid. This is your chance to hit the creep wave. This camp will still be here later. The creep wave may not, and the enemies may not be showing. And then your blur runs out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So then this was the next problem. This area doesn't have vision, and you're standing in front of your ward. So free camera. Your sentry's right here, but that doesn't tell you if they don't have vision right here. And what ends up happening is they stick their team right here. They plant an observer ward. They can see you right here. Your sentry doesn't tell you what's going on. This sentry protects their safe laner if they're pushing, if they're standing up here. It does not protect you. So vision up here lets you push. Creep wave up here kind of lets you push, but you can't just go back. And if we go back and watch, go back a little bit farther. First of all, entire map is dark. When the entire map goes dark like this, you back off unless you're really ready to fight. But we're looking at Dire and Legion Commander. And then, oops, too fast. So the entire time you're farming these camps, they see you right here. And then they see the IO, because they got an UBS right here. And your sentry doesn't cover this observer ward. They still see you. And now they're sending heroes over to your side of the map. Just like, let's go on this PA. And then, kaboom. I don't know why she dueled the IO instead of you, but that was your chance to leave. You aren't being attacked by the Legion Commander. You can back off of the another toxin. You can blur, and then you can walk over here and then TP out. Shadow Fiend with Yules is the only thing that can cancel your TP. So all you have to do is get maybe to the creep wave up here, and then walk into the fog, and then you should be safe. But you get Yules, and then you die. Because you decided to blink onto the Viper or the, I forget what his name is, Shadow Fiend. The other problem, I'm not sure if this turns off your ultimate, but Nether Toxin at least turns off your passive. So if you're standing in the Nether Toxin hitting the Viper, not only is hitting him slowing your attack speed, Corrosive Skin, attack slow, 16 units. I don't know how that translates to attacks per second, but it slows your attacks every time you hit him. And then standing in the Nether Toxin here turns off your crit, I'm pretty sure, because it's a passive. And it turns off your evasion from blur. And you do get some evasion from blur even if you're not blurred. Disables passive effective units. So you do less damage because of the Viper. And in order to deal with that, you need BKB before you start fighting them. So we look at their armor 12, 7, and this guy is -4. So the only person that really you're going to be able to kill is Oracle, and you might not be able to kill him if you blink on top of him unless you have Basher. -6 for 7 seconds. And the way that armor reduction works is it's more valuable to bring them to 0 than it is to bring them to like 6. So anybody who's over 6, maybe, oh, Viper's getting desolated, so he still has 6 armor. I don't know if the Desolator with the Battle Fury is enough to actually kill anybody. I would prefer either going straight Deso and fighting, or skipping the Battle Fury, or going like Battle Fury, Basher, and then some damage item like Daedalus or MKB. MKB kind of helps you against Viper a little bit, not so much the anti-mage, but he still has a significant amount of armor gain, so some other form of damage item would be helpful instead of this Desolator, which does help you with Roche, but the way that you went about going for Roche costs you the fight. We see their top. And then you TP top. I wouldn't TP here because there's nobody showing. The fact that you're TPing here means that you are saying this part of the map is going to be safe for the next 80 seconds. And then Shadow Fiend TP's up here. Legion Commander was already here, so we don't know that she left. We don't really care too much about Anti-Mage until he gets Basher, and he's not going to be able to kill us. We don't know where Viper is. We don't know where Oracle is. Lots of things that are going to kill you. So I would have walked up here. And now we see them, so this is the time to hit the creep wave. This is good. Your Spirit Breaker is dead, but the enemy team is still showing. Keep hitting the creep waves. We know from the last fight that the enemy team has vision over here, so being careful to play on this side of the map. He burns all your mana. That's the problem with the Manta, is it triples his ability to mana burn you, so now you don't have any mana. You can't blur, you can't dagger, you can't blink out. That's kind of scary. Team is putting pressure. Now there's 2 people dead. Keep pushing waves. Legion Commander is dead. The only thing you're worried about is Shadow Fiend. And then they see you.
It is an honor to be chosen for death. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was clearly dangerous, and you did it anyway. Shadow Fiend was here. You saw him here. You daggered him. And then you still walk up to the camp, and he kills you because he's got a bunch of magical damage. So you are like 2 minutes away from a BKB. Before you start doing anything, you could have just waited. You didn't need to go on that Viper. You killed the Viper, that's fine, and then you went deeper. And the Shadow Fiend was still here. He just goes on you, and then he kills you, clearly. But it was avoidable and predictable. And even though your team was there, it didn't help. So we learned. So right now you're looking to Roche. In order to take it, you need to be able to push the wave past their jungle into the tier 2s so that they are showing on the map on this part. If they ever decide to go bottom, that's also a free Roche for you. But right now, there's nothing that you can do to actually take Roche. The other thing that you should probably do before you go for Roche is you invade this jungle. Depending on how well you Roche and how well they can contest Roche, it's probably not a good idea to go Roche if they have 3 forms of AoE damage and the ability to steal Aegis. And does he have Invis? No. Does she have Invis? No. But they can steal Aegis from you. That's not going to help Oracle. But they can contest Roche better than you can take it. So instead of going straight into the pit, you can tell your team to help you smoke up here, get some vision down, defend this half of the map so that they can't walk and cross this line, and then you can take Roche, because you can do it by yourself with just Blur and Deso. But you have BKB, so it's okay. And then they duel you and you die. But if we look where their vision is, Dire.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Time map goes dark except for Spirit Breaker. They scan. Oh, it looks like they're roshing, and then they just go on you. And then they take Rosh. And then AM gets his Basher, and then suddenly you have 1, 2, 3 people that can kill you, which means you need to be seeing these 3 people on the map before you actually do anything. And BKB is not going to be enough, because AM can just blink on you, use Manta, and then bash you. Oh. That's weird. Oh, because he's waiting for his courier. It's on his courier. Okay. But he's going to have Abyssal now. And now he can stop you from actually fighting. And game is difficult. Just speed it up. Waiting on his Abyssal. And then they kill your tower. What are you doing? Player perspective. Fog both teams. You end up trading both tier 2s, which is good. But then you take this fight where you're at a 3k disadvantage. And it's a 5v5. You end up turning the fight. That's weird. Normally what happens is you split push. And right now there's 2 lanes pushed into you. And you only have 1. This is not split push. You want them to be fighting into you on your side of the map. So that you can actually play over here. They TP somebody. And then you TP back and it's a 5v3 or something. But right now a 5v5 is not what you want to take. And then SF with BKB means he doesn't die to you and you die to him. Used your Black King bar. How to create distractions for the enemy team before you start doing things. And then you don't realize when a 5v5 or just a straight up fight against somebody isn't going to get you anything. It would be better just to farm backwards after you push or start farming towards your team. And then if they join you or if somebody goes on you, your team is close by and they can help. If we look at the last hits, anti-mage is outpacing you by, is that 70? So it's not a whole lot. It's maybe 3 or 4 per minute. But you're fighting too much and he's farming and now he's online before you are. He's got Abyssal, he's got Manta, he's got Battle Fury, and you still don't have your Abyssal. So if you have Battle Fury, Deso, and Abyssal, then suddenly you can actually start doing stuff. But right now you can't. Like, Battle Fury, Deso, and BKB is an earlier timing than Anti-Mage normally gets to fight. Hi, you get yours around 25, he comes online around 35. You fed him a couple times, which is why he's got this earlier timing. But you took a fight before you got Black King bar, and then you died, and that delayed your Rosh. It delayed your push into their tier 2. It delayed the outpost up here. And I want you to notice 18 minutes is the first fight that I complained about up here. You died around 25. Yeah, you died around 25, 23. This is usually when the next Rosh starts to come up. 18 plus 8 is 16, so 26. And you're still dead. This is the early Rosh spawn for the next time, so the Rosh could be up again. And then we look 35. We're taking a fight on the bottom side of the map, which maybe gets them to TP. Maybe it opens up Rosh, maybe it does something, but right now Rosh is the side of the map you want to be playing on. You want to get your vision up in this side of the map, and if they just give it to you, you get to take Rosh for free. So this fight doesn't do anything even though you're going to kill the Shadow Fiend. And then you die. So this could be another Roshan for you. So you could have had 2, maybe 3 Roshes by this point. And you're just deciding to fight them on parts of the map that you can't. And now you just have this 8k deficit. So I don't know if you realize this, but your map control and where you're going to be playing on the map isn't good. And if you're playing these Battle Fury carriers, usually you're split pushing or cutting creeps for the first 20-30 minutes. Not just hitting jungle camps. I mean, getting in a creep wave, pushing it as far as you can without dying, and then either stealing their camps, or if the enemy team starts pushing mid or something, you show up at their tier 2 or tier 3 and you cut the creep wave, and then you leave, and then they are like, well, I don't have a creep wave, and now we can't hit this tier 2 because of the backdoor protection. Backdoor protection right there means that it takes 2 to 3 times as long for them to actually take this tower. They need creeps to be able to do that. But once you come online, you can start leading the fights like you're doing, but because your items are so delayed, this isn't good enough anymore. Deso only works when they have low armor, and even Oracle right now, 8 and 2, so he's got 10 armor. And we look at your Desolator, that's 6. So it's not enough to put him at 0 where you can start shredding him. She's got 15. Viper's got 13. Anti-Mage has 24. The Desolator is not enough because it's not putting them lower. So Battle Fury is nice, and you can always come back to it if you feel like you're not playing fast enough. But the way that you're playing, you should have gone Deso first. If you're going Battle Fury first, you should be pushing creep waves survivably with your blur. You should be cutting creep waves as the enemy team decides to 5-man push, doing something that's not wasting the timing of the Deso. The BKB is not good enough anymore because you missed the timing for it, and now AM has Abyssal, and that counters your BKB. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Sorry this video took so long to upload. I'd like to see maybe another game from you. Show me a replay on PA, and we can see, it doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss, and we can see how effectively you're pushing the map compared to right now versus the next time. So maybe send me something in an hour and we can talk about it. Thanks.